All right, good evening here, guys. We're gonna do another live update here for most of you that, or for those of you that maybe missed out on the earlier one, as you might be heading home or getting back into driving or away from work or whatever. Maybe you're able to listen now a little bit more than what you were before. Sure we have. Good. So what we'll do is kind of go over some of the latest trends here. Michael Clark here with BAMWX. Ask that you share the stream or tag some friends or make sure you're following the channels to get the latest. What we'll plan on right now is a 10-15 minute update, and then we'll probably do another one tonight. I would say around 8:30 or 9 o'clock may be a good time to come back. I'd say maybe 8:45. We'll probably schedule another live for tonight on all of our platforms, and continue to post on the channels, the Reels and the TikToks as well. Most of you have been viewing those. Right now, major Hurricane Milton, Category 5 hurricane. It has gone from a Category 1 to a Category 5 hurricane in 18 hours. It is sitting at the 4th to 5th strongest hurricane to ever enter into the Gulf of Mexico. It's incredibly strong. It's incredibly organized, perfect symmetry here. You can see the colder cloud top still indicating convection and intensification ongoing. It's headed towards the Yucatan here, but it looks like it's really a little bit more of a northward movement there over the last hour or so. The eye wall is certainly going to miss land here, but what we're going to watch is as this continues to move into the Gulf, we're actually moving into warmer water. That's a concern. There is more fuel for this storm to work with, for sure. Something to keep in mind is we are not out of the woods here with intensification possibly. The other thing I wanted to share with you is I'm going to zoom in on this particular image here. This was the surface peak wind speed, the gusts here on the last reconnaissance and the last flight that went through. Note topping the scale. Over here, that's 180 knots. That's about 200 mile per hour wind gusts. In fact, the winds are so strong in the latest recon that they reported birds trapped in the eye wall. They can't get out. Hail coming down in parts of the eye wall, northeastern portion of the eye wall as well. Crazy, just really, really crazy to think about in many different ways. And pressure readings down to, I believe we got to 909 was our last pressure reading, which is, again, going to rival top 5 strongest hurricanes in the Gulf. This was morning model data for where the storm was going to go. The big thing right now, everything on landfall intensity forecasting a Category 3 hurricane, the question is going to be, is it a Category 3? Is it a Category 4? It's just, again, we don't know right now. We know it's going to be a major hurricane as it makes landfall here right into St. Pete. I mean, this is Tampa Bay area. This is where the main track looks to go from the Hurricane Center right through here, favoring this HAFSA at the bottom. This is one of the high-resolution hurricane models. Right now, this is where we would project it to go. And again, just kind of teetering, how are the intensity models going to do with landfall of this hurricane, or major Hurricane Milton? So I would like to take a moment here and maybe take some questions. If you see anything kind of coming in, Hope, anybody saying anything or asking questions just yet?
No, I've seen some reports of some people leaving, so they're evacuating right now. Bumper to bumper traffic out there right now.
Okay, so everyone's trying to get out right now. Traffic is backed up, evidently across the west coast of Florida. Luckily, you still got 2 days before it gets there. So people getting out now, it's fine. I know being stuck in traffic is probably inconvenient and frustrating, but nonetheless, at least getting out is a good thing. There's a video I wanted to show you. Hopefully I'm logged into Twitter. I'm not sure if I am or not. Doesn't look like I am. Yeah, shoot. I wonder if I can get, I should have had that pulled up. There was a video of, see if I can do a, I can't do that either because then it'll pull up everything. There was a video of some destruction, the previous Helene that went through Anna Marie Island, St. Pete area, down through, from the previous storm surge. And it was just showing all of the trash and debris still all over the roads and just how much stuff is still out there. The idea that this round could double the storm surge in that area is very concerning. As this makes landfall tomorrow, and the swell is just going to be unbelievable from the storm. So, I've had a lot of people asking how far inland should people evacuate. I see that question over there on the screen, and here's the thing: I don't know. I mean, I'm just not an evacuation expert. I don't know how far inland you should evacuate. You really should be paying attention to local government and law enforcement for that type of information because I just don't know. So make sure you're taking that into consideration. I see another comment here that says if it's a Cat 5 now, is there a chance it will be downgraded before hitting land? Yeah, we don't think it's going to be nearly as strong as it is right now as it hits land, thank God. So there will be some degradation in the intensity, we believe, as it gets there. There's going to be some dry air, there's going to be some wind shear, and there's going to be the more shallow water as well from the Gulf. Hopefully these things play into a weakening process for Milton. It's hard to say because the intensity models have done so poorly, okay? Yeah, this is an interesting comment. Says that Reed Timmer is saying that we'll experience Category 5 storm surge no matter what level the hurricane is at landfall. I don't really disagree. I mean, I think there could be 15 to 20 foot storm surge, all across from probably, where are we at right here? I got to look real quick. Palm Harbor all the way to Sarasota. You're probably looking at a 15 foot plus storm surge all through that area right there. So I don't disagree with that whatsoever. I think that certainly, regardless of the category of the hurricane at this point, you're probably going to be dealing with storm surge to the likes of which you've really never seen before. And really in probably the last 100 years, you're probably looking at a storm of which the Tampa area just in general has never seen before. So let's see. These are all the potential hurricane model paths right now, okay? These are 4 different hurricane models, and these were the morning paths. I want to show you, though, the afternoon runs because we do have some new data in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go over here. And I'll show you the latest hurricane models. This is interesting. This is the 12Z super ensembles. This is pretty much every model in the world, and it's all the forecast tracks averaged together. You can see the trend here over the last several days continues to go further north. This is something we've really been kind of honing in on here. Our team's been talking about for quite some time. You can see that, again, the latest of over 100 different weather models puts this right into Tampa Bay, really kind of matches. In fact, the Hurricane Center is actually just a click north of that as well. But you can see the trends here in all of these weather models. They continue to kind of nudge this thing north and west, which is, again, a direct impact there into Tampa Bay. That's some new data there that's just come in a little bit as well. Go back, I want to show you the 18Z hurricane model forecast again. You can see, again, that all of them are pretty much kind of saying, hey, Tampa Bay is where this thing's going to go. Really don't have any reason to disagree or question that for now. The ensemble's coming in saying the same thing. We're going to be putting it in here probably right around midnight Wednesday. So 11 p.m. Wednesday night to midnight Thursday. So 12 a.m. Thursday morning, landfall there in the Tampa Bay area, St. Pete area is the thought process. I want to take this moment here too to make sure you guys are following along. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, X, Facebook. Make sure you're following so we can keep you posted. Again, I think we'll do another live tonight, probably around 8:45. So just make sure you tune back in. We'll have a lot of new data tonight at 8:45 for any of you that are interested in this. I will tell you, listen, all the way up here into the Panhandle, Destin area, Gulf Shores, all this stuff up here, you're not going to get anything from this. Maybe some wind. You're not really going to be seeing rain or any impacts from this. Folks that are headed down for different various vacations and trips, I mean, as odd as it seems, you're not going to get much of anything up there. So something to keep in mind. Go over here and again, I'll show you the intensity model forecast. I want you to focus where you see 48, okay? These are the different various models and their intensity outcomes. 48, that is going to be tomorrow, or I'm sorry, Wednesday at 2 p.m. That's Wednesday at 2 p.m., okay? You want to go just a little bit right of that, about right here. Go all the way up, and you're going to be about right here. This is the landfall time frame, okay? You can see we have models that are Cat 4 and models that are as low as Category 2. So there's a wide variety of possible outcomes for the strength of the hurricane as it makes landfall. There's a consensus around 3, but there's plenty of data sets from the 2 p.m. model runs that would suggest it could still be a possible Category 4 hurricane as it makes landfall. We'll see what else we got here, some different tools I can share with you. This is a look at our ship's forecast model guidance. This is various computer model guidance that comes from the Hurricane Center. Again, you can see that it is forecasting as it goes here right into Tampa Bay. These run every 6 hours. You see it's Category 5 intensity all the way as it gets through the Gulf, and then it stays a 4. And again, it keeps it a 4 right outside of Tampa Bay. So something to keep in mind is that we do have support or model guidance that is certainly saying a Category 4 hurricane is not out of the question. And the track that this particular data set takes is probably pretty close to reality. It's probably spot on. Okay. Another interesting take at this, again, these are great tools here from Tomer Berg and his website. Another interesting take at this is the current center, the eye, is north quite a bit of the Hurricane Center's forecast. The Hurricane Center is the black line, and you can kind of see it is quite a bit north of that. It's closer to the ensemble mean forecast. The blue line is the models. So to me, what this could possibly mean is that less land interaction here, meaning that it could continue to intensify. I don't see an end in intensification just yet. I don't know what the ceiling's going to be for this storm in terms of how strong it could get. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Okay. One thing I would like to point out too on the last stream that I pointed out is the lot of talk right now about government alteration of weather patterns and trying to alter or change the hurricane path or the intensity or create a hurricane. I just want to make sure that you guys are well aware of just how crazy that is. It's certainly a level of ignorance. A lot of rumors start on social media anymore. You never know what to believe. You never know who's telling the truth and who isn't. I can tell you right now, standing here, I've been doing this for 14 years, and I certainly do not think that there's going to be, that they are altering or creating this hurricane or making it more intense or steering it into Tampa or all this stuff you're hearing. It is total hogwash, and it's taking away from the message of we need to get people out and get people out of the way of the storm versus people wondering if the government is trying to create these storms. It's just crazy talk, and it's just not what's happening. So just something to keep in mind. That's a great question. As it crosses into the state, is it going to continue to remain a strong hurricane? And the idea is that it'll continue to possibly remain, I think, at least a Category 1 hurricane through much of its trek across the state. It could be downgraded to a tropical storm and then turn right back into a Category 1 on the east coast of Florida. Looking to see if I'm getting any new data in yet. I don't have anything in yet. But you can see here in this particular run, as it gets back out over the ocean, it starts to strengthen again east of Florida, but it just kind of keeps tropical storm force winds here over central Florida. So guys, any other questions before we wrap this up here with this? Again, the next update's going to come around 8:45. If there aren't any other questions, I would love to give you my final takeaway. And it looks like we have it's up and running. What do we have here? Uh-oh. Are we broken? Yeah. Oh, there we go. That was strange. Sorry about that. Turn these members on here. So I want to show you the latest. These are all the models, everything. And boy, look at the consensus now that we have versus where we were earlier. You can see everything right now is taking this into Tampa Bay. This is by Thursday morning, the 8 a.m. Thursday morning, and you can see just most of our modeling now saying, hey, it's going to come right here. And that's where the Hurricane Center has its official forecast. We'll get new information from the Hurricane Center here in about 25 minutes or so, and that'll be able to tell us new storm surge forecast and that kind of thing. What are you replying to on seriously? What was your reply there?
Somebody said, are you sure you want to call a fair amount of your followers crazy or ignorant for questioning things?
Yes, I am. I am sure I want to call a fair amount of my followers crazy if you think that the government is altering weather patterns. If that's what you believe, go follow someone else. There are conspiracy theory channels out there I'm sure you could get a ton of information from. But if that's what you really believe, you're missing the point of the entire live stream here and the information we're trying to get to people, and I just don't care. If you're a follower and that's what you think, unfollow and go away. It just doesn't matter. We have nothing in common. Your follow means nothing at that point. I'm not out here begging for your follows if you have those beliefs. Yeah. Okay, so guys, that's really going to kind of do it for me on this live stream update. Again, I will come back here. Let's plan for the next update to be at 8:45. If you don't currently follow or subscribe to the pages, make sure you do so you get notified. If you are not believing that we're altering or creating hurricanes from birds or something, that would be good. If you do believe that those are things that are happening, again, you should go somewhere else and follow their information. Latest satellite, this thing has no signs of stopping. Current pressure right now, the latest pressure I believe was 911. I think I saw it got down to 909, but I am not sure. We'll know more around 5 o'clock. I don't know if there's a pressure. Let's look at the current recon and see if I have. There's one en route. It'll take a minute to get there. That one's finished.
We've got a high-level one that's 20 minutes to the south of the core right now.
Okay,
Another
so
one just took off from Orlando.
Perfect. So we do have an upper level drop zone that's 20 minutes away from getting the latest pressure reading, and then another flight just took off that's, what are they, 4 hours away from that, John?
Yeah, probably three-ish.
Three-ish hours flight time to get to the hurricane and then start. So again, tonight around 8:45, we're going to have a lot of new information to report to you all. So what do you have now, Hope? Tell me something else.
Man-made.
Man-made, yeah, gotcha. Yep, that's as dumb as it gets. Comment of the day, dumb comment of the day, man-made hurricane. Yep, that's absolutely fascinating. So, political agenda has no limits. Yeah. Okay. See you back at 8:45. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.